Following their manicure, Honey Boo Boo addressed Pumpkin on her decision to involve Jessica in a discussion about college without her knowledge. Alana, Honey Boo Boo, Thompson admonishes her family to refrain from interfering when she faces inquiries on her uncertainty about attending college without her boyfriend. Give me a break. Alana, Honey Boo Boo, Thompson retorted to her family following their inquiry on her uncertainty about attending college in Colorado without her partner, Drawlin Carswell. In the most recent episode of Mama June, Family Crisis, entitled School Days, the 18-year-old television personality was disclosed to have merely 1 week to determine her attendance at school or forfeit a $21,000 scholarship. In July 2023, Alana got admitted to Regis University in Denver to pursue a nursing degree. However, owing to Drawlin's legal troubles, the celebrity has been deliberating on whether to travel to Colorado in his absence. Lauren Pumpkin, her sister, learned about the potential loss of Alana's scholarship via her daughter Ella, who disclosed that Honey Boo Boo had received an email from the institution. Frustrated by her younger sister's failure to inform her about the email, Pumpkin expressed her emotions on the matter and indicated her intention to seek assistance. I am frustrated with Alana's indecision on her desire to move to Colorado. Shall we now consider enlisting some sisterly support? She stated in a confessional. In the subsequent scene of the episode, Lauren was observed entering a lavatory to conduct a private conversation with her sister, Jessica, who also attended college. At one juncture, Pumpkin informed Jessica that she must step up, further stating, "I require your assistance urgently, understood? We both concur that Alana requires and ought to travel to Colorado. Excluding Mom from the matter may render Alana more inclined to make her decision." Jessica consents to engage in a private conversation with Honey Boo Boo, while both sisters deliberate on how to ensure the encounter appears unremarkable. Ultimately, Jessica resolves to take Alana for a manicure and will seek a method to broach the subject of school. The following day, the 18-year-old accompanied her sister for some indulgence in a manicure salon, where they initially conversed about her high school graduation and the absence of Mama June's sister, Aunt Dodo. Honey Boo Boo stated that she subsequently visited the residence to bring a gift and to express her apologies for her absence. "I am indifferent because your presence was expected." She further suggested that Aunt Dodo may have experienced jealousy regarding Mama June's re-entry into their life, but remarked those that wished to be present were really present. Ultimately, the subject of university arose, and Alana confessed her uncertainty over her future plans. Jessica attempted to persuade her to enroll in the school by stating, "Consider it, Alana. We are the sole individuals who graduated from high school." She also articulated, "Are you aware of the number of individuals who forego attending college and miss out on that experience? No one instructs you on what actions to take. You are an adult. If you like to remain up and have ice cream until 7 a.m., consider what you are able to perform. Consume ice cream until 7 a.m. Do you observe this little town in which we reside? There is nothing available for you. Both you and I can attain college graduation. I was the inaugural graduate. You can surpass me by becoming a nurse and excelling above others. After accomplishing all those tasks, you turn to the individuals in this little town and assert, 'I succeeded.' Do you not desire to explore, discover new experiences, and engage with new people?" Jessica conveyed to her, "I spent an extensive period discovering my identity, and now I am content. That is my desire for you. I wish for you to live freely and joyfully. I perceive that you are suggesting that Pumpkin has influenced you to act in a certain manner. I did not wish for you to admonish me regarding college." She subsequently referenced a remark made by her deceased sister Anna during her graduation celebration. "Everyone should refrain from interfering in my affairs and remain silent." Following their manicure, Honey Boo Boo approached Pumpkin on her actions of secretly involving Jessica to address college matters with her. Lauren conveyed that Ella informed her of the email, to which Alana said, "You cannot trust anyone in this family. Everyone in this family seems to have a loose tongue." She subsequently remarked, "Why can't you simply grant me some respite? You are overwhelming me, and everything is occurring simultaneously. You are overexerting yourselves. I comprehend your intention to assume a maternal role. Just cease for a moment. Nonetheless, on a scorching summer morning in Georgia, tension was once again simmering at the Shannon residence. Mama June has recently been on edge. Following her significant physical and emotional makeover, she has been attempting to mend her relationships with her daughters, particularly Alana, now known as Honey Boo Boo. However, there remains someone she struggles to trust, Jennifer Lamb, the wife of Sugar Bear. Jennifer had consistently irritated June. To June, Jennifer was not merely bothersome. She was cunning, deceitful, and perpetually seeking to create a rift between her and Alana. Now, Jennifer was attempting to assume the role of Alana's second mother. "There is no circumstance under which I will permit that woman to approach my child," June mumbled, forcefully closing a drawer in her kitchen. Pumpkin glanced up from tending to baby Bentley. "Mama, you must relax. Alana is sufficiently mature to advocate for herself." June paced. "You fail to comprehend. Jennifer is not merely flattering Alana. She is manipulating her psychologically. She asserts that I am untrustworthy, that I will relapse, that I remain the same fractured woman who vanished with Gino." Pumpkin exhaled. "Have you genuinely conversed with Alana regarding this matter?" Simultaneously, across town, Jennifer smiled warmly while presenting Alana with an ice cream cone. "You know, dear," Jennifer remarked in her dulcet tone, "occasionally, one must safeguard oneself, even from one's own mother." Alana was uneasy. "Indeed. However, Mother is making an effort. She has transformed." Jennifer's smile diminished slightly. Individuals like June often claim to have transformed, until the subsequent error. That evening, June arrived unexpectedly at Sugar Bear and Jennifer's residence. Cameras were recording as she marched up the driveway, her sunglasses perched on her nose and her jaw clenched. Jennifer answered the door and exclaimed, "Oh Lord, what now?" June did not await an invitation. "I am aware of your actions, Jennifer. You believe you are cunning, conversing about me to my daughter in my absence." Jennifer folded her arms. "I am merely attempting to ensure Alana's safety. Someone must take responsibility." "She is secure," June said. "With me. I may have erred previously, but do not presume for an instant that I will allow you to supplant me." Alana emerged from the living room, responding to the shouting. "Mama, cease." June became immobilized. Her daughter's voice pierced the intensity of the situation. Alana gazed at the two women, her voice trembling. "You are contesting for my affection as if I were an object. I am not a trophy. I am a human being." June's eyes brimmed with tears. "Darling, I simply cannot bear the thought of losing you once more." "You will not," Alana stated. "However, you must cease believing that everyone is conspiring against you. If Jennifer oversteps, I will inform her. But you must also place your trust in me." Jennifer paused, surprised by Alana's candor. For once, she lacked a sarcastic retort. Later that evening, June sat with Pumpkin on the rear porch, contemplating. "The reality is, I not only lack trust in Jennifer, but I also lack trust in myself at this moment. However, I am making an effort." Pumpkin affirmed, "Trust is cultivated, Mama. You are acquiring it, gradually, day by day." June offered a subtle smile as the night breeze caressed her blonde hair. At present, tranquility prevailed. However, in Mama June's realm, drama was perpetually imminent. Nevertheless, on a warm Friday evening in Georgia, tranquility enveloped the Shannon household. Honey Boo Boo, now a teenager with a formidable voice and independent mindset, was preparing for her inaugural date with a charming boy named Jaden from her school. He exhibited politeness and respect, having previously presented flowers to Mama June during his last visit. Mama June, currently in treatment and diligently striving to restore her relationship with her daughters, aimed to be supportive. However, entrenched habits are difficult to overcome. As Honey Boo Boo, adorned in her charming pink frock and glittering sandals, entered Jaden's vehicle, Mama June lingered by the window, anxiously biting her nails and murmuring, "She is very youthful. Young males are problematic. I am indifferent about whether he responds with "yes, ma'am" or presents flowers. I have an ominous premonition. Pumpkin, now the principal guardian and the family's cornerstone, entered with her infant on her hip and cast a sidelong glance at June. Mother, refrain from proceeding. Allow Alana to relish a single evening. She is deserving of it. June assented with a nod. However, 2 minutes later, she clandestinely entered her bedroom with her phone. At the local cafe, Jaden and Honey Boo Boo were enjoying milkshakes and laughing at a humorous TikTok video. The atmosphere was ideal until Jaden's phone called. He glanced down and observed the caller ID. Unknown number. "Please hold on for a moment," he stated, responding to it. Unexpectedly, a recognizable Southern accent resonated through the speaker. "Greetings, dear. This is Mama June. I am calling to disrupt the date momentarily." Jaden's expression became immobile. Honey Boo Boo gazed at him. "What?" June persisted. "Listen, I understand you believe you are charming with your pickup truck and hair gel, but I possess a network of surveillance, and if you so much as misappropriate her hand, I will have 10 cameras and Pumpkin's baseball bat confronting you before you can utter, 'Yes, ma'am.'" Jaden swallowed. "Yes, ma'am." Subsequently, the line became silent. Upon returning to the diner, Honey Boo Boo seized the phone. "Was that my mother?" Jaden acquiesced with trepidation. Humiliated, enraged, and on the brink of tears, Alana leaped to her feet. "Ugh. She repeats this behavior incessantly. I am no longer a child." Upon returning home, June was discovered laughing in the kitchen, believing she had performed a commendable act. However, when Alana burst in, forcefully closing the front door, chaos ensued. "You sabotaged my date, Mother," she exclaimed. June's expression diminished. "I was merely concerned for your well-being. You were observing me covertly. I am not an infant. You claim to have transformed, yet you still lack trust in me." Pumpkin interjected. "Mother, this is not about you. It concerns Alana's maturation. You must relinquish control, or you risk losing her once more." June remained in astonished silence. June sat solitary on the porch, sipping sweet tea and observing the stars. Alana emerged and took a seat near her. "I am frustrated, yet I comprehend," she stated gently. "You are apprehensive. However, if you continue to pressure me, I will cease sharing any information." June acquiesced, her eyes glistening. "I merely wish to safeguard you, dear." "I understand," Alana replied. "However, next time, please allow me to enjoy my milkshake undisturbed." Both individuals laughed. Redemption may not have been a linear path. Nonetheless, for Mama June and Honey Boo Boo, it unfolded over a series of awkward, emotional, and affectionate phone calls. Nonetheless, the scene begins with a blurred image of a thermometer displaying a red light. The atmosphere is charged within the modest Georgia residence where Mama June is temporarily residing throughout her recuperation process. June perches on the side of her bed, enveloped in a blanket, her eyes glistening and her voice hoarse. "I cannot fathom this," she rasps. Of all the moments, why now? June had orchestrated a significant event, her inaugural family dinner since achieving sobriety and seeking forgiveness. She extended invitations to all. Pumpkin, Alana, also known as Honey Boo Boo, and even Gino was expected to make a brief appearance for a discussion. The evening was intended to be one of healing. Pumpkin expressed skepticism. "I am uncertain whether this is genuine or merely another of Mama's fleeting moods," she stated to the camera in a confessional, arms crossed. "However, I am prepared to explore it." For Alana, June is currently confined to her room after testing positive for COVID-19, which occurred following her experience of lightheadedness while grocery shopping. Production was temporarily suspended, and safety precautions were implemented. "I simply desire to embrace my children," June expresses tearfully in a video diary. "I was finally prepared to demonstrate my presence. And now I cannot even be in the same vicinity as them." Alana, in the adjacent room at Pumpkin's residence, exhibits clear frustration. "Mother is perpetually occupied," she expresses to Pumpkin. "There is always an obstacle preventing her presence." Pumpkin exhales, conflicted by irritation and worry. However, this time it is genuine. She is ill, profoundly ill. At a particularly critical moment, Jennifer, Sugar Bear's spouse, chooses to visit to inquire about Alana's well-being. However, her timing is exceedingly unfortunate. "This is not about you," Pumpkin retorts to Jennifer at the front door. "This concerns Mama, and we are attempting to maintain stability." Jennifer expresses her frustration. "I believe Alana requires stability, and it is evident she is not receiving that amidst your ongoing conflicts and illness." In a poignant scene towards the conclusion of the episode, June tapes a message from her sickbed, her voice quivering. "Perhaps I do not merit forgiveness at this time. Perhaps I have erred too frequently. However, I am resolute in my determination. I will overcome this virus, I will improve, and I will become the mother you all deserve." Nevertheless, on day 9 of quarantine, the Shannon household was deteriorating rapidly. Mama June traversed the living room barefoot in incongruous pajamas, her disheveled blonde hair secured in a haphazard bun. "I informed you all that we required a quarantine strategy," she said, grasping a can of Lysol as if it were a trophy. Honey Boo Boo, Alana, reclined on the couch, flanked by an assortment of snacks, Doritos, pudding cups, and pickled chips. "Josh is on the verge of losing it, Mama," she remarked, her gaze fixed on the reality show airing on the television. In the guest bedroom converted into an isolation zone, Josh sat in utter stillness, enveloped in 2 comforters and donning sunglasses, despite being indoors. When he eventually spoke, his voice was subdued and raspy. "I have not consumed a hot meal in 9 days. Someone slipped a granola bar under the door yesterday, which I suspect was expired." He coughed theatrically and gazed at the wall as if recalling a battle. "You all have forgotten my existence," he murmured. In the kitchen, Pumpkin, now a dedicated mother, sister, and quarantine supervisor, was clanging pots and attempting to make spaghetti. "No one has forgotten you, Josh. I'm simply preoccupied with preventing this chaos from igniting." Unexpectedly, Mama June's phone rang. It was Gino calling from Florida. She answered with a sigh. "June, you should monitor Josh," Gino cautioned. "I just observed him on TikTok. He uploaded a video in which he affixed googly eyes to all the oranges and referred to them as his new companions." June's eyes expanded in astonishment. "Oh my goodness. It is more severe than I anticipated." She marched to Josh's door and knocked. "Darling, do you require anything?" Josh responded from the opposite side, his tone dramatic. "Liberty. And a piece of pizza." Pumpkin presented a tray of food and pushed it beneath the door. "We are all struggling, Josh. You are not exceptional." Within, Josh murmured, "This residence is possessed by turmoil and insatiability." That evening, Alana discreetly positioned her phone to document a day 9 quarantine check-in. She spoke softly into the camera. "Josh is clearly unraveling. Mama June is threatening to purge the refrigerator. Pumpkin is employing coffee as a fragrance, and I have not seen daylight in 3 days. However, I have procured snacks. Additionally, I am chronicling all events." Josh abruptly entered the bedroom, adorned with a dramatic blanket cloak and wielding a plunger as if it were a sword. "I am reclaiming my freedom," he proclaimed. The entire house became silent. Then Mama June exclaimed, "Boy, return to that room. You remain contagious." The scene concluded with turmoil, mirth, and Honey Boo Boo exclaiming, "This will be the finest reality episode ever." Greetings, esteemed viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Zara, and I hope your day is going splendidly. If you appreciate the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel.